Hello, everybody. Welcome to AAA episode number 560, Christmas for the Past. And joining me in the sitting room, well, so far in the sitting room, is my friend Sinatra. Sin, how you doing? How's things? And yeah, they're thinging along. You know, Ghost Christmas present is a present accounted for. I'm sorry to say that these guys had asked me earlier on if I was going to do a show because my absenteeism has been egregious, unforgivable, and several other things. So they had asked me earlier on if I was going to do a show, and unfortunately I didn't get back to them until right when I was getting ready to go. So through no fault of their own, they are doing life stuff. Sin can only be around for a little short minute. Is that right?
Yeah, I have a photo shoot at like 6.
Fair enough. And Drunkle is off Christmasing. I'm assuming having eggnog fueled Yuletide fun, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Maybe.
You don't know what he's up to?
Last I talked to him earlier, he was at the gym, but I'm not sure. Getting egg swole. No, that's a
what?
Swolenog? He's getting swolenog. That's what it. There we go.
That's not a thing.
Now it is.
Oh, well, gross. There we go. Swolenog. That's something that I haven't done. I haven't spun the yarn of the eggnog riots. I like telling that story every year. In the mid 1800s, there were at West Point Academy in West Point, United States.
I think I've heard this.
Yeah,
Go on.
The premier U.S. military academy.
I know
they had riots that lasted no less than 3 days when one of the cadets snuck in highly boozy liquored eggnog, and all of the cadets got drunk out of their fucking minds and started rioting, and it took 3 days before they could go in and billy club everybody down into place.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it's one of the first arrested cadets was Jefferson Davis, former president or future president of the Confederate States of America. Yeah.
Interesting.
Everybody who was a cadet at that time was arrested. I'm pretty sure Robert E. Lee was one of them. But
I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
It's just a great story. That's actually what they're known by historically, the eggnog riots. And I was looking up. I came across that just a few years back when I was looking for an old-timey eggnog recipe. I was like, the eggnog riots at West Point, what the fuck is that? So I want to tell that full story. Maybe I'll do it on a AAA here. Hey, guess who got access to their Streamlabs yesterday?
Was it you?
It was me. I can actually log in. And remember, it was all based on phone numbers. It kept asking me to log in by a phone number that I no longer have that phone. And it's like, okay, if anyone has that phone number right now, they keep receiving a Google login request. And here's the number, though they know not what it's for. But
yeah,
when I went to try and log in yesterday, the last time I talked to Google, they said, just you have to give it a number of days for a new phone number to work its way through the system. And so anyway, I went through the system roundabout way and just waited for the number of days after putting in a new phone number. And when I went to log in yesterday, it just let me log in. It didn't even give me the phone feedback number request. Just let me log into Streamlabs with my Google account. It's like, well, then what the hell? All right.
Hey, man, at least it works.
Yeah. The whole point is that I actually have access, and I was able to turn off the Noir Bar donations finally. And you tell him, Steve Dave, thank you for the $1.69. I personally could not give a flying fuck if Otterman needs time for health himself. Where there's a ratio, there's dipshits running. I'd smash like a like button like you cocksuckers. Okay. I've missed Steve Dave.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. I mean, it's... where else do you get to curse out your audience by proxy, right?
That's the question.
Okay, there we go. Holy shit, Polly's actually on. That's right, Bookwormatic, it's me. And everybody else. Donkey Punch Bandit. Oh, shit, cool. Donkey Punch Bandit's been around forever and a day. Fake Gamer Cat. And Zombie Teddy, Sugar Gospel. Misfit. Woo, Lisa. Bubble. Molly Okami. St. Michael. Fuck, everyone's here. This is awesome. Glad to see you guys. Missed you. Kiro Social, thank you for the $2. Polly, it's awesome to hear your voice once more. Your wisdom and insight have been sorely missed as of late. Well, I'm sorry to say they're not here now, nor can I say if they've ever been, but you know, I appreciate the thought. That being said, how have you been? Trying not to see the pearly gates of St. Peter? That's exactly what I've been trying to do.
I'm trying not to do.
Yeah. Trying not to see the gates of St. Peter. Nobody's busting my balls worse about this than Valine, man. He's like, because she got sick and she insists that I've given her my flu somehow over the internet.
I believe it.
No, computer viruses don't work that way.
That's exactly how they work. What do you mean?
So we were...
And confirm.
Hey, Sammy. How's it going?
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
You're not late. I'm tragically late.
Oh. Well, hello, chat. Just let me get... I'm setting everything up here. I will harass you all momentarily.
No problem. Bobby Atkins, hello. How are you? Yeah, Plague Trucker Zach has a point. Well, seeing the pearly gates is a good thing. It means you haven't earned eternal damnation.
That's true.
You know, it's like, oh no, my life's been cut short. It's like, yeah, but you know, eternal bliss. So that's good.
Ugh. Overrated, am I right?
What movie is that from? Strumming a harp on a cloud for eternity? I don't want to do that. What movie is that from? That was funny.
Dogma? No idea.
Is it? Yeah, that sounds like Dogma, doesn't it?
I think it might be. I could see Jay saying that. I'm not sure though. If only we
now
had
Hellfire. Now Hellfire Festival. That's where it's at.
Yeah, at least just stay warm, right?
Maybe a little too warm.
Molly Okami, I really missed you. I'm either working or you're not here. Yeah, I know. I apologize for my absenteeism. It's been pretty tragic, but I really either have been sick or working or sick of working.
Both.
Or sick and working. Yeah. It's a quadranary.
Or working to sickness.
Well, you know what? That happened, actually. So yeah,
Is it a working hard or hardly working gimmick?
No, it's 5. We figured out 5 options. So it'd be a pentagamy.
5. Polly, there are 4 lights.
Man, you know what? I watched that 2-parter like about a week ago. Chain of Command, Part 1 and 2, Star Trek Next Generation. Man, it's as harrowing as it ever was. Have you ever seen that 2-part episode, Sin? Where there are 4 lights, there are 5 lights, where that comes from?
No.
Man, Sin, even if you're not a track kind of guy, you should watch that.
Yeah,
it's
strongly
really,
recommended.
Really
and
good.
You don't even need like, you could watch it not knowing who's this, who's that. Like, it's all self-contained, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, you can watch it.
Okay, it's like its own little thing.
It's
oh, yeah.
If you have a question as to who is this, you'll find it out within minutes. Like, it's written as a self-contained thing that you can just, somebody who's never watched Star Trek could watch it and pick up all the information that they need. Ronnie Cox is in it. Captain Picard gets removed as command of the Enterprise. It's like the big shake-up 2-parter where you get to see everybody put in really hard spots for like the first time in the series. You know what I mean? It's, you know, Riker gets relieved of command for being an insubordinate prick. Finally, worst officer in Starfleet.
It is it's an exercise in testing all of the sort of available casts' acting ability, and some of them really shine through. I mean, you know,
yeah. In all of
it is
in big ways, in tiny little ways, like all the way down. Like Counselor Troy is always prancing around the ship in her own civilian clothes, and you know, a new captain gets command of the Enterprise, and he actually says to her, Counselor, I prefer a certain formality on the bridge. If you could just wear a regular uniform while on duty, please. Like, even little things like that. He makes her wear a uniform for the first time in the series. It's great. It just, everything is a shakeup. And Picard gets, they go on a special operations mission headed by Picard, who gets taken prisoner. And the entire second episode is about him and his Cardassian captor torturing him for information. And it's a head-to-head. Do you know the actor David Warner? Now he's an actor that's actually able to hold a candle to Patrick Stewart, which most everyone else on the crew on the show can't, because it's Patrick Stewart. Yeah. He's a really, really good actor. And so it's just really obvious that everyone else isn't up to his. They're good, like they're quality actors, but they're not on, Patrick Stewart's level. Yeah, well, David Warner is, and it shows. They're able to.
Well, again, he's a Royal Shakespeare Company actor as well, so properly classically trained.
Yeah,
creme de la creme.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm learning here. He died a couple of years ago, Polly.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when that.
I mean, he wasn't a young man, but
no, he wasn't. I remember when that came up. He played. If anyone remembers Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, he played Gorkin, the Chancellor of the Klingons. He was like the big head, badass Klingon.
He was in The Final Frontier as well. Oh God, who did he play?
He was in The Final Frontier?
Yeah, the
fifth, wait, yeah, he's movie. The Earth Ambassador.
Yeah, he is.
That's right. Yeah, on Nimbus 3. Fuck, I didn't even. Yes, he is, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the unrepentant drunk, not the Klingon one, the human one.
Yeah. The Cardassian jumping.
Yeah, it's like, and then the Trek talk starts. Yeah, Mando, that's right. That's how it happens. Yeah.
Mm.
Because Troy's actress wanted to wear the uniform, didn't want to wear the uniform like everyone else. Yeah, I know it.
Well, when she didn't want to wear the uniform, wasn't it still the mini dress?
Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, I read that backwards. It's because she did want to wear the uniform like everyone else. I didn't. I had never heard that one way or another. I thought it's just because they were trying a different direction with her character. I had assumed. Keever Dam, that's cold, yeah. Drunkle's in good voice today. For those of you who don't know, somebody said who dis, and I'm assuming that that's in reference to our friend Sam. This is our friend Sam.
Hello.
Yeah. Which is Drunkle's alias when he's feeling like speaking in his normal, everyday voice.
You've got like a Jekyll and Hyde situation going on here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one's which.
Drunkle actually attended a all-boys boarding school right outside Derby. He doesn't like people to know that because they don't want to. He just want them to think he's upper crust, So he adopts the drunken soccer hooligan voice,
Ironically enough, he act crusty.
So,
oh dear Lord,
I had asked Sin right before we went live some grind my gears shit because there's always stuff that bugs the hell out of you. But here's something that do you watch something that doesn't grind my gears that I've actually found is fun?
Freemasons run the country!
Boom. Hero Soldier, thank you for the buck. The actor who played the Klingon ambassador in Star Trek V also played Kimpek. Star Trek Next Generation. Is that right? That's Kimpek?
If so, Kiro's got a impeccable memory. Because I don't remember that at all.
Wow, man, the difference a headbutt will make. The turtle forehead that the Klingons have.
Oh, I thought you were threatening me for that pun there for a second.
No, there's just
I thought so too. That's where I thought that was going.
Right. Glue a turtle's head to their forehead, and yeah. But
they don't.
I've been watching Gutfeld. Do you ever watch Gutfeld, Sin? That doesn't seem like your kind of thing. Gutfeld seems like the kind of guy that would bug you a little bit.
Rarely.
Yeah. Because he bugs me. Gutfeld, the guy, I mean.
Better than Jesse Waters. But
oh, God. Well, so's drying paint. What's your...
That's true.
For those who know, we're talking about shows that are on Fox. And I mean, it is the premier late night show, right? I mean, I love that it beats Jimmy Kimmel. I love that one. I love the show. I mean, it must drive Kimmel crazy. 5 people sitting around the Fox studios beats me, but we've got a multi-million-dollar show here. Yeah, that's how bad it sucks.
God, it's almost like their presidential campaigns, isn't it?
Right? Lately, Sin, it's worth checking out because I mean it's on a playlist. If you watch whatever the newest one is, you can just like watch them backwards on autoplay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lately, Gutfeld's been on vacation, so they get all of the other people, be it Tyrus or Cat or whatever, to be the host. Dude, they're terrible at hosting. It's awesome. They
How can you?
fumbled lines endlessly, and out of a fun lack of professionalism, if you will, they're constantly breaking the fourth wall. Like they're like, okay, wait, I can't even. What does that cue card say? Like they're not even trying to pretend that they're themselves telling the joke. They outright say, "Who wrote that? That's terrible." It honestly reminded me of us. I'm like, oh my God, this is like AAA. It's so unprofessional. I love this. It's been a lot. I watched a bunch on autoplay, and man, yeah, Gutfeld without Gutfeld is pretty awesome because it's all of them just cycling through who gets to host and kind of making their way through it, and it's fun, and it still beats Kimmel and fucking Colbert and all of them. As unprofessional as it is, it comes across like a DIY podcast.
Maybe that's why I got popped for reused content. The Silent Sin channel was demonetized for reused content.
Oh,
The channel that I only do the AAA on?
Yeah.
The show where it's just us talking for 2 and some hours.
What
once a
reused
week?
content? From like
That was my question.
any kind
and
of
they-
answer at all? Like, did you ask them,
they
or you
just
just
said our reviewers have checked it out and confirmed it. But the more I tweeted about it, the more I had like random people just popping up going, they do this all the time. They'll overturn it when you can reapply. But still, what the fuck? What is reused?
like reused content? Like when I had the whale thing on, that someone else bought that clip and now owned it?
No, it has nothing to do with copyright. It's like it's supposed to be re-uploading the same thing over and over and over.
Oh,
again.
okay.
Oh, right. So the content milking.
I haven't done Tucker Tuesday in months. So, and especially on YouTube, and longer than that.
Okay, just a guess. Is it like the intros that we use? Like we use opening credits and closing credits? Like, is it that? Because
My best guess is it's the name of the show with different numerical things at the end of it and the same thumbnail. That's my best guess.
Possibly. I was gonna say I use different thumbnails for all of my stuff these days, just because it seems to get more eyeballs on. So maybe. But reuse content, that sort of implies that it's like the content ID system is watching like the first 10 minutes and seeing the same stuff. I guess
that's immediately what I thought. But I mean, people do say the same thing, even though I've never understood it. That channel description and the video description and so on used to have something to do with it. Now it's entirely, they said in the algorithm, the thumbnail and the video title. If it's just a thumbnail and the video title, and we're always using the same thumbnail and a varied title, yeah, maybe I can see a bot thinking that and some Indian reviewer confirming it.
That's my best guess, but I can reapply in 90 days. So I'm going to try to make a new OBS scene, maybe cook up a different thumbnail, figure something out.
Fuck.
Probably put like 3 or 4 thumbnails together or something like that and just cycle between them just for the time being, maybe. Yeah. Man, that sucks. YouTube sucks.
Everybody who replied, who's went through it, said it immediately gets overturned, but they still had to go through the wait because no matter what they said, whoever is in charge at YouTube denied it.
It's like the guy at the TV station, the cable guy on South Park. Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah. All right.
That'd be that fun.
I'd love to be in the editing bay or the bank of computers where they've got people manually reviewing stuff. I'd love to see what that looks like in real life.
It looks like those call centers, I bet, but everyone's on a computer instead of a phone in front of them.
Yeah. And I picture people just clicking through video after video and like, you know, they've got their fantasy dice out and they're rolling D100s to decide, okay, if it's 51 to 100, I'm letting them have it, you know, 1 to 49, no dice. If it rolls straight 50, oh, then I'm breaking out the D20, baby. I just think
I bet it's like United's claim acceptance department.
It's probably just terrible.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I gotta wait 90 days, see what happens with that. I've tried texting them, tweeting them, doing all that. No dice on there. YouTube's gonna YouTube.
YouTube helpers, or what the hell's it called? Who are the people up
Yeah,
there?
Team YouTube. That's
Team
the
YouTube.
one. Here, I'll read the last tweet they sent me. Let me go pull it up here real quick. So they said, update, after reviewing your channel, we have decided that it was correctly suspended for reused content. I said it is literally 100% original content, like all of it.
Yeah.
We know this might be frustrating, but since your appeal has already been reviewed, we recommend you align your content with our policies before reapplying in 90 days.
Well, if they won't tell you what the frickin' content is, how the hell are you supposed to do that?
And I said,
Oh,
it is
wait.
aligned, like now, and it's a show where I talk for 2 hours. Can you explain how this is not original? And they said, we hear you. Your channel is evaluated as a whole. Right now, we recommend reviewing the resources
Is that
we've provided.
we consider all of our questions holistically.
Yeah, we meditate on them, we align our chakras, then re-roll the D100.
Have you ever seen a D100 die?
I have one.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a big golf ball of stupidity awesome, aren't they?
I got I'm on that Temu app. I used to use that quite a bit, and it said you can pick one free gift, and it was all like stupid shit. But one of them was a D&D dice set that had a D100 in it. So I have a lead and uranium D100 die around here somewhere.
Like, is it really this? Like, the one that I had was like bigger than a golf ball. It took forever for that.
Yeah, thing's fucking huge.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, you really couldn't even like let a breeze near it just to get to stop rolling. You know what I mean? To finally find a flat to rest upon. It was great.
Thing's ridiculous. It's like a small clementine.
Yeah. A rather large tomatillo.
What's with all these hipster fruits all of a sudden?
It's like a very small bergamot.
Yeah.
Got about the same surface texture, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like I don't know what to do with that, so I'm gonna try to just make a new OBS scene, switch up some thumbnails, make it look different, because I have a hard time believing they're doing click-throughs on the videos.
Nah, they're not.
No, I don't.
And
believe
even if they
are.
do, everyone is the same scene, especially everyone in like the past 6 months.
I have to imagine that that's it, but it's like we're not the only ones that have, by that standard, reused content.
Well, it said our internal reviewers, so it's not like it was reported. They just look at channels randomly, I guess.
Internal reviewers.
If that's the
Judging
case,
things as
every
a
single
whole.
fucking episode of Either Van Skyver's streams have been reused content, because it's just him sitting there at the same angle with the camera on him in the same way and the same screen share. Well, yeah, it's a one-man podcast. Of course it's from the same angle.
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing to do but wait and see. Bitch and wait and see.
Well, sure. How else are you supposed to make yourself feel better?
Exactly.
So, Sin, what is it that's bugging you? What's grinding your gears?
Oh, that didn't count?
Oh, well, that was it? Yeah, well, no, that...
No, that's it. That's all I got right now.
That certainly counts. Yeah, that's enough to snap teeth off gears.
The my life has been incredibly painfully banal lately, just dealing with a lot of IRL shit, especially around the holidays.
Oh. Okay. That's it. Oh, that's woo, that was fun. How about you, Sam? How's things in the failing state? I mean, falling state or restructuring state of France? Republic.
Oh,
Excuse me. It's a republic. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not a democracy. It's a republic.
The fifth one, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Although for how much longer, who can tell?
Teetering upon the sixth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some people are flirting with caliphism over here. That needs to stop. Yeah, no. Grinding my gears. Okay, this is a silly thing, Polly. This is a silly thing. But my dogs, they're grinding my gears as of late. They really are. I got them these wonderful new dog beds, and they refuse to sleep on them. And then they get up of a morning, and they're all doing like the old man stretches and the groans and the kind of thing. And it's like, you have a comfortable bed right there. I spent good money on that.
I can't get Eve a dog bed. She'll eat it. We've tried.
Yeah.
She just tears them apart immediately.
If I remember correctly, that's what Valine said when she got her dog a doggy bed. Like it came in and barked at it for a while, and then started guarding the house against it, kind of, you know.
Hey, she's got a guard dog. Have you ever seen her dog?
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The little pupperoo there, as she calls
Thing's
it.
vicious.
Yeah. Viciously adorable.
Nah, that thing's a killer. I can see it.
There we go. Look at that. That's about the size of a clementine. Yeah, I think Sinatra.
Freemasons run the country.
You know what that is right there? That's a deadly weapon. I think it's metallic.
Yeah, you
Oh.
chuck that at someone's head.
Yeah.
Put that in a fucking tube sock. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or slingshot David and Goliath, the motherfucker.
How about these odds, bitch? Whack! Skull crusher.
That is the demon core of dice right there.
Shadowcat, thank you for the buck. I sent it as a Christmas gift to both Sin and Drunkle, but would you like a psychological horror game set in space and named after an oral hygiene product?
I am at the crest of my intrigue.
Kogate fighters? What? I don't know. What is it?
It's a space horror game.
Yeah, but it's named after a
It's space
toothpaste.
and
I'm trying to
horror.
like.
No, it said dental or oral hygiene, not toothpaste.
Well, I mean, that's not integral to fucking oral hygiene. Toothpaste? You don't use toothpaste?
No, there are other things though.
Listerine, the final frontier.
Yeah. Plax Warrior. Like what? What is it? What's the name of it?
If it's a gift, I'm not gonna ruin it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if only so I get to find out. What the hell? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, no, Shadowcat, I would appreciate that. Thank you very much for the offer. And a Merry Christmas to you. How to read percentile dice. Really? And these are like the huge gay the percentile dice. No, you don't have a tens D10. Sorry to get nerdy, but man, ain't true percentile. True percentile's 2D10, man. That's how I played Marvel Superheroes back in the day anyway. That was my original RPG tabletop. What is this?
What the fuck?
A D100 bracelet? Ring spinner?
It'd be D99. But yeah.
Well, no, I could be like, as long as that zeros on there as well. You can do.
Oh, that's true.
Technically, it's a D99, not a D100, because you have to, even with percentile dice, if you get 0, you have to count it as 0 or 100. So it's 1 to 100. You can't roll 0.
A lot of what you said was over my head there, Caro, but thank you for the $1.
Look at that. That looks like a skull crusher too.
Yeah.
But you guys see what I mean? Like look at these tiny little flats, chat. Like if you've never seen one of these before, it takes forever for this fucking thing to stop rolling. And in case you wanted to know what a large tomatillo looks like, it looks like that. About that big.
I think that's like the one I have.
Hey, you know what? Nah. Every time somebody thinks up here's a new dice concept, someone's already done it. It'd be like a magic 8-ball that you pick up and you shake and it floats up to the top with the number.
Oh, that would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Saves you having to follow the thing around the room as it stops rolling. Yeah.
Magic 8 ball? Why would you? No. Yeah,
No,
you
'cause
know
a
what a magic 8 ball is,
D100.
right, Sam?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You know, you give it a shake and a number floats to the top, as opposed to rolling the thing and then having to, follow a D100 around the room
Right.
until it stops moving. Yeah.
Your stupid dog runs up and sniffs it and bumps it and it keeps rolling. Yeah.
Right.
Little bastard, mind your business. Hey, Sin, have you ever seen the, holy shit, look at that. That's great. Of course it's on AliExpress. The Super Jade glow-in-the-dark polyhedral dice.
From BestCon.
Well, they are the best.
Oh, I just got the text. I got to get going. I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
See you later.
See ya.
Freemasons run the country.
And then there were two.
Yeah. Getting better and better all the time. Thank you, Shadowcat, for the buck. All right, Otterman, check your stream friend request, and I'll send it on. It's about a 5-hour playthrough. All right. Crest Warrior in the Kogate battlefields of the Plax Heights. The Toothbrush Warriors engage in glossy fights. Nice.
Space Retainers?
Nah. I have no idea. I'm just curious as to what the name's gonna be. Man, 1,000-sided dice. Come on, you're faking it.
1,000-sided. I can't picture a 1,000-sided shape.
Nice. Okay, chat. I mean, that's a deep level of nerdery. The man just made a joke out of Rene Descartes. I mean, that's pretty.
I did.
Holy
really
shit!
did.
The fuck's wrong with you, autist? I guess I kind of just outed myself because I got it. So that's not. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Look, it's
1,000-sided figure is a chilagon. Oh, great, it really is.
would it be a chilahedron if it's 3-dimensional?
Yeah, you would think. I mean, it's just Descartes refers to it as a chilagon. I think but he never says that it's 3-dimensional. Yeah, he just says a 1,000-sided figure, so it's probably like a circle with 1,000 little flats around the outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The infinite dice.
Which would be ironic for Rene Descartes to have been referring to a 2D figure. He's the guy that lent us the study of three-dimensional coordinates. You employing a z-axis. The reason map making is called cartography. Yeah, it's named after him, Descartes.
Yeah, Cartesian geometry.
Yeah. Did they ever mention how he did that?
I don't think so, no.
He's laying in bed where he did all of his best thinking from, because he was a lazy man, bless him. And he was watching a fly around up at the corner of his room, where, corner of the room where 3 lines converge, the 2 from the ceiling, the one up from the floor and the wall. And he, looking at the fly flying around, he thought, you know what? If I were to measure out along each one of those wall lines, I would be able to plot that fly in all 3 dimensions. One would be the x-axis, one would be the y-axis, and I just have to plot a new axis that most people don't, the z-axis, and I'd be able to plot that fly in 3 dimensions. So if you've ever played Battleship, where you're like, A23, boom, you suck my battleship, etc. Yeah, that's amazingly, nobody ever thought of that until Rene Descartes was laying in his bed, unable to sleep, and saw a fly flying around his room and realized, I can plot things in 3 dimensions by just using 3 axes of measurement. And modern map making was born.
You'd have thought, wouldn't you? You'd have thought someone would have come up with it. Oh.
Is this early noir bar? Well, we can...
An early draft, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's cool. This is just another 1,000-sided dice. I just keep looking at dice. Metal dice are sweet. I wish I had a purpose for them.
That's just how you roll, Polly.
Shut up.
Oh, look, polyhedral dice.
Yeah. There we go.
It really
I
do
don't
just
understand
be
the
a
people
ball.
like some of you guys, you play like so chat. These guys play D&D, and they use like they have like dice rolling sites that they go to, and it's like, why would you deny yourself the fun? Like there is no other purpose in having it. You know, where else are you going to get to use your fantasy dice?
It's pod people, Polly. They just don't have the room.
What?
Pod people. You know, they live in the pod. They eat the bugs.
You've got room
They
to
don't- they
roll
don't-
dice.
Do they?
Yeah. Look at this D7. Look at this cockeyed thing.
A D7?
Yeah. What a warped, distorted, weird shaped oddball. Look at these things.
How do you even weight something like that properly?
I have no idea. We used to just have a pair of percentile dice. Thank you, Rex. The only fantasy dice that I ever got to play with. Again, through Marvel Superheroes, the whole game was played with 2 D10s. It was just straight up percentile for everything. And that's a man's way of rolling, but you know, I mean, everyone loves a D20 because they just look cool. That's the fun die right there.
One shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. All I hear is gunshots. This is when a fun stops. Bodies drop to the floor. Somebody's taking shots.
Damn it, Feline. There's something I haven't missed. Oops.
Yeah.
Open Photoshop for no good reason. Excuse me. Boom! Gamer Feline, thank you for the $18. Morning, Otter! Upping your hood game, I see. My hood game? What? No. Yeah, I play
Feline.
CeeLo, but you play that with D6s. But you just don't call them D6s because you'll out yourself as some kind of nerd. So you just,
Yeah.
dice. That was... There is a sad lack of explanation of how to play CeeLo, street craps, whatever the fuck you might want to call it. You see 3 6-sided dice, and that's it. And then how to play from there. And you're basically gambling on the rolls and the outcomes. Somebody rolls, and then they get a point, or just like regular craps works. And then the bet becomes, are they going to get their point again before they crap out on the next roll and the roll after that? And that's where the gambling comes in. Okay. There's details of it. How does the rolling work and so on? I remember, you think YouTube would be able to explain everything. And there's a whole bunch of videos where people are talking about CeeLo. And like CeeLo, the name CeeLo, like there's a fucking rapper that calls himself. You mean the fat rapper from Atlanta? It's like, no, he just named himself after it. He called himself Craps, fat bastard.
I don't want to think about that.
There was a guy from Wu-Tang Clan, and he's like, so and so explains. His name's You Guys. Like You God explains, CeeLo, and it's just him standing there talking about how good of a CeeLo player he is. It says how to play it.
I remember did we watch that? It was not informative. I was not educated.
No, I mean it's really straightforward. Basically, I mean, like the name CeeLo is when you roll, the dice come up 4, 5, 6, and that's why the name of the game is either 4, 5, 6 or CeeLo. When you roll those in sequence, that's like your royal flush roll. It beats everything.
Yeah.
And then you either roll trips, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, that kind of idea, when all 3 dice come out the same way. If you get 2, 2, 5, it means your point's 5. You disregard the 2 that match, and the one that doesn't, that's your point. And now you're trying to either roll better than that, or you're going to meet it or under it, and that's what the betting happens. Hey, Scratchy Lazy Otter. He's adorable. Lisa,
I
thank you very
got
much.
a wait, you shot me.
What's that?
I got a wait, you shot me.
Really?
Yeah.
At 8:25?
No, I'm sad. Yeah.
That shouldn't be anywhere near 8:25. That should be at 7. Why would that go? Hey, man, I have access to my Streamlabs. It's a brand new day. It's been a month since I've been able to log in. Thank you, Streamlabs, with your highly secure. So secure, we won't even let the account owner get access. Thank you very much, Lisa, for the 825. Greatly appreciated. I had my first game of 40K this evening. My Dark Angels versus the Tyranids. It was a rough game. I made mistakes, but I came out on top in points when time ran out. Much to reflect on. Much pain now. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear your first game actually went well. Tough. I remember my first game of Black Powder. It was frustrating. It was because it's just the mechanics of it were really frustrating in the way that they worked. If you've already got them hands down, I don't know. It would be like, never having played an RPG before, never playing a video game before, and you're spending all your time just figuring out what the buttons do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was more or less the game. So that at least you didn't walk away with that being your experience. That's awesome. Really frustrating.
I don't know. I don't actually have a plethora of experience with the more advanced tabletop stuff. I think the craziest I've ever gotten is like just D&D really, and that's more storytelling with dice.
Yeah, I mean, it's D&D. I mean, people say, "Oh, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on with D&D." Yeah, but the DM's going to tell you so much and guide you so much as to what's going on, as long as you don't have pricks that are all up on your case about it.
Yeah,
I can see it being fun, like even your first time. They're just going to ask you about what you want to do, and they're going to tell you when you need to roll and so on. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am just.
And
That's
Darren
supposed
Root
to be-
says Polly. So
Mhm.
it's Yahtzee, as in CeeLo.
Yeah, that is the closest thing that it's to, except you're not, in terms of the rolling and the way that that works, yes, but you're not going for points the same way that you are in Yahtzee. You know, I had heard of Yahtzee for years, had no idea how to play it. When I finally played it with my parents, of all people, like only 2 years ago for the first time ever, I'm like, holy shit, this is a lot of fun.
Isn't Yahtzee played with like 6 dice?
No,
No? Okay.
wait. Is it 6?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. How many dice are used in a Yahtzee game?
3. No, 5.
Standard rules. 5, yeah. 5.
Yeah. I started thinking about it. It's like, no, it would be 5 because some of them require you to get a string of numbers in a row where you would need to have
Yeah.
fun. It was supposed to be Pennywise Rubdown, and nothing is more obnoxious to try and find live than where's that donation that I'm looking for as you scroll through the really user-unfriendly interface.
Oh god, it's stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrible. If there was some kind of third-party app or whatever, but oh wait, Streamlabs itself is a third-party app.
So, would it be a cubed party?
Yes.
I feel like that should be the thing.
Should
You know, while he's searching for that, I just want to point out the view of the view outside the window here, Polly. It's absolutely enchanting.
Oh, wait a minute.
Snow.
It's a Wednesday. I'm enabling gamer words at 6:50. Fuck yeah! Fuck them faggots.
Somebody probably will.
I just came across that as I was scrolling down. Why isn't this enabled? It's Wednesday. Fuck yeah! Speaking of which, I mean, I was watching Ethan Van Sciver the other day, and
Yeah.
he's just talking. It's been like, I don't know, a couple of weeks or more since I've watched one of his streams, and it's did you see that guy that whatever? And I forget the name. He mentioned some comic book artist, that relatively new independent comic book artist, and he goes, "Who, that whiny little faggot?" And he's like, "Yeah, him. Yeah, okay. What about him?" Like, they just don't care over there. Like the things that they push and get away with, it's kind of awesome. It's just Van Sciver couldn't give a damn. And they did the thing where there's no way I'm reviewing that new comic book from Eric July. I'm not doing it. and Horseman. And that's really the name of it, Horseman.
Well, not BoJack Horseman.
No. BoJack.
Nothing that good.
No. I've actually got a BoJack donation.
Oh, you do?
I forget. It's one of my Cry for Help series.
Oh, right. I like how you have like tip series now.
Uh-huh.
You see Netflix, this is how you run a series. All right?
He said, Van Sciver said, no, I'm not going to review that. There's no way. Because somebody just asked him randomly in chat, are you going to review it? And he said, no. It was, come on, Uncle E, you can do it. And he said, okay, $1,000 in donations and I'll do it. Yeah. Oh, man. It took,
ding, ding,
yeah,
ding, ding, ding,
exactly.
ding. Yep.
It took me 15 minutes and he had $1,000 in donations. Mostly, it was spite donos to force him to review a comic that he knew was just going to drive him crazy. Because not only did he feel the story was going to be bad, because of like low effort. It was, written by Chuck Dixon, which is, Chuck Dixon's like, comic industry legend, like legitimately. But like the stuff that he's cranking out over there is just lazy because they can. Is the argument. I don't know.
Riding on name recognition.
Yeah, I don't know if everything that Chuck Dixon do is lazy just because he can. I think that's probably a little cruel of some people's suggestion. But what's funny about it, what's actually interesting about it, is that it turned in this argument online of what is a vigilante. Because Horseman, it's presented as being a vigilante comic, and Horseman is a vigilante, but he's not arresting criminals. He's not taking down super criminals that the police can't handle or whatever. He's robbing criminals for their money because it's a business venture for him. He's broke, doesn't have money, has family he needs to support, so he dresses up as his character, as his alter ego, Horseman, and goes and robs criminals.
So this is more like Robin Hood meets business venture?
Well, but Robin Hood didn't keep the money. Like, that's an essential feature of Robin Hood, is that, yes, he didn't rob criminals, he robbed criminals in power. Like, corrupt elite is who he robbed, and then gave the money away. If he kept it, he would just be Heist Hood, not Robin Hood.
Yeah. Call me bastard.
Yeah.
And those green tights, good goddamn.
That is not a vigilante. Yeah, well, Lisa, they're arguing it out online, and people are throwing definitions and dictionary links at each other. Going, here, fucker, read this. Educate yourself, man. Like, people are getting red hot over it. It's some fun reading, going through some of those comment threads.
So Polly, what you're telling me is this is prime trolling real estate?
Yeah. Like, if you want to go over there and start arguing, no, a vigilante is really, the only reason Bruce Wayne doesn't keep the money is because he's a billionaire. Otherwise, he'd totally be, Heist Man, not Batman.
Right.
He robbed the
He'd be
government.
baseball
Basically,
Batman.
yeah. Like, go fuck yourself. Yeah. I mean, as in Robin Hood. But it was the corrupt pretenders to King Richard's throne, I think, would be the way to
Corrupt
describe
pretenders. Yeah,
Yeah.
government.
it. Well, but when King Richard returned from the Crusades, they weren't going to... Robin Hood had no intention to keep robbing him. It's because the Sheriff of Nottingham and... what's his name? What's the corrupt prince's name?
I don't remember. I've been out of England too long. It's kind of funny as well because I grew up in and around Nottingham.
Yeah, the Sheriff of Nottingham was his henchman, and the corrupt Prince John. Thank you, Mike Savage and Eric Gardner. Yeah.
A gamer word. Oh, faggot.
I love Razor Fist. Carefully, thank you for the 650. Almost the perfect team for the guy who said he feels bad for my man. Which, by the way, 9 years on Saturday. Maybe it's time I let my man know how I am on the internet. Oh, wait. He does know. 9 years, Valina and her man. Well, happy anniversary coming up this Saturday there, Valina.
Congratulations.
I'll have to You know what? Why don't we have a memorial stream for Valine's man this Saturday on Noir Bar?
It seems needlessly cruel. Let's do it.
I was going to say celebrate their anniversary. Or alternatively, a memorial stream for her boyfriend. Yeah.
Change the entry theme and everything. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, any schnews. Okay, so what happened was we actually, can go through some schnews. When we were going live there, Sinatra was like, I'm going to have to get going really early. And I'm like, okay, well, I already set the stream live. So I'm not going to just leave chat alone. And we haven't gone live in a while. So I want to go hang out with them and say hello and let everyone know that I'm still alive and talk to all of them because I miss them and so on. So I said, Sin, let's just go live and we'll conversate. And then I asked Sam here if he wanted to come on. That's when I found out that Drunkle wasn't able to come on at all. But I do have tabs. If you want to go through those stories, we certainly can. Why
We can do
not?
some tabs.
Yeah. Is it going to work? No. I remember the good old, oh, it did work. Yay.
Hey!
I hate when I can't block running ads on news sites. Oh, now it's just Picard on the couch. Goes, yeah, that's face palming Picard. That's Sam's temporary avatar there until he sends me another one. No, Picard, because he's a Frenchman who sounds like he's British. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
You know, he's harmless, really.
Boo. But he's not. He's got one arm.
Your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer.
What? What makes me cheer?
The Otter Marines.
Oh, well, come on. That makes everybody cheer. The Otter Marines are just great. There we go. Stolen excavator used to steal ATM in Palliup. Suspects at large. In, man, how would you say that? Palliup, Washington?
Puyallup?
Yeah, it's not Pally. It'd be purely in P-Town, Washington. The police department is asking people in businesses near the East Main Street and River Road to check their surveillance camera. What's up?
The PPD.
It'd be the PPD.
Puyallup Police Department. Yeah, PPD.
The PPD.
Yeah.
I view block origin, and that works pretty well. Not to block these things because they're embedded into the actual, what would you call it?
Banner, I suppose.
Yeah, it's one of the core, not codes. It's one of the core scripts to load the page.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm running uBlock Origin here as well. And yeah, no dice. If they're in, see right here, this is what I meant. There used to be a running streaming little window for ads right here. But I was able to cut it out separately. The moment elevator. Yeah, I know. It's like they're using an elevator. No, an excavator. You know, one of them backhoes.
I've known a few backhoes in my time.
I know. Oh, it's one of them digger garden deals. Wait, what the hell? Where's the video? They cut it out? Oh, watch again. Yeah, it's because I already watched it. Now playing above. Oh, fuck, I cut out the fucking... All right.
Ah!
They had him... That's where they hid the video? You got to be kidding me. Fuck you guys, man. You guys suck my dick. Reload? You do it? No?
Nah, you're gonna have to unnuke the thing that you just nuked.
Yeah. Bastards.
Son of a...
You're trying to tell me
jackal.
that your fucking ads run concurrent in the window that you also play your news clips through?
Oh god, that's like CNN level fuckery.
I see why they do that. It's like kind of clever. If you block our ads, you also block our video content. Okay, well, there's a way around this. Let's go off to a different browser. Look at this. Kiro7.com. Kiro Soldier, what are you doing?
How dare you?
Look at all the fucking crap that's running here, Sam. I just opened it up in a
everything
browser
just
that's
to...
got no script running. Okay. Inoffensive Black Man is reporting. Eric Thomas, tell us how it is. Oh, I guess I've got Eric Thomas muted.
Excavator to tear apart an AT.
Look at that guy's hairline, man.
That is...
You see it coming down here? Look at this.
Right.
He's cut it up. Eric Thomas, you've pissed off men around the world with a receding hairline. You actually cut yours back for fashion, you fucker.
Who does this?
I mean, my hairline's fine. I mean, but, I feel bad for all the thinning fellas out there.
Yeah, it's like we've said before, Paul, it's like... Being bald, not a problem. Having hair, not a problem. Balding, that's the problem.
Really? Women are okay with bald, but not balding? Okay.
Yeah. Ask the ladies in chat. I'm sure they'll confirm.
Oh, Kiro Sojale, huh? This is Kiro 7 News. See? Kiro 7 News. So this is them in broad daylight using an excavator to steal an ATM machine. In broad fucking daylight. I just, wow. And they actually cordoned off the area with their own, security tape and shit. They just stole one of those things from a block away. And here they are, just putzing around the fucking parking lot, stealing an ATM. They got a truck, and they pick up the ATM and drop it off in the back of the truck.
Stone cold bollocks on these guys.
Look at this. There they are, lifting it into the back of the truck. And then there he is driving away with the fucking ATM in the back of the truck.
Not a fuck given. Hey, look, I'm kind of the opinion when it comes to theft from banks and such like this. If the police don't catch you, say they give chase and you manage to get away, it should work like Grand Theft Auto. You get away, you clear your stars, you keep the money.
I agree. It's I say
You've escaped jeopardy.
But yeah. It's like I say with certain things where I'm trying to it's like, oh, I'm gonna secure this transaction. If somebody can break in and get my bank passcode or whatever, oh fuck, man, you went to Batman using the Bat computer in the Batcave levels. You deserve my money if you went that far, considering the links that I went to secure that online transaction. You deserve it. No, Kiro, I understand that it's spelled differently. I'm going off of homonyms, brother. Quit fighting me. What the fuck? You think,
Homonym. Do.
You think homonyms, you think ATMs would have trackers in them. Yeah, especially when you could just I would have thought that they would have had a much more securing to the ground.
Oh, well, I mean, come on. That's those excavators weigh what, 5.5? Between 5.5 and 10 tons?
Meaning it doesn't matter how they're cemented in, you're going to be able to rip them up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was reading this article in a gun magazine, and I'm like, no way. And I went online and read about it, and it's like, holy shit, that's true. It wasn't just one guy spreading paranoia. A lot of people will have their gun safe in their garage because too much of a pain. They've bought this huge gun safe to get it inside because they'd have to actually widen the door, either the front of their house or through the patio door or whatever, to be able to get it in. And in some cases, you'd have to pull a Valine and have the thing craned in like she did with her AC unit, And who wants that? They don't want to have to get cranes lifting cranes into certain places just to be able to drop a fucking gun safe. It's like, fuck it. We're just going to put it in the garage outside permanently. And we're going to, when you're able to open the door, obviously, because you're the owner, you can bolt it into the cement floor, drill holes right into the cement, drop giant, 1.5 inch, 2-inch wide bolts into the cement, re-cement them in, and then bolt those down. Thieves come in, and it's the simplest way. One guy stands on either side of the safe, and they start rocking it back and forth, and its own mass rips it up from the floor. I'm like, no way. Yep. Simple leverage. I'm like, holy shit, that's ingenious. it's so elegant of a criminal solution. How do we ever get it to rip up the floor? Well, you have all the mass you need in the safe. You just have to get it just get it moving a little bit, and its own mass will do the rest of it.
It's judo, Polly. Use your opponent's mass against them.
Yeah. I guess the big fight is to get something wedged underneath it from the one side. So they use ultra long pry bars to pry it up, get something wedged in there, and then guys lean up against it and then let it go and start rocking it. And it's
Well, just do it from the top, right? You don't even need to lever it up. If you pull from the top, as it were.
yeah.
Yeah. Use like the front of the thing as a fulcrum.
You go fuck yourself thinking, how much does an ATM weigh? I don't know. Not enough. I mean, the excavator obviously weighs much, much more because, fuck, they were able to pick that thing up. And I'm surprised, actually, that the truck that they have there was up to the task, that the suspension was able to handle it. It doesn't look like a dual wheel arrangement to put up with extra hauling weight and shit. That's just an average
It'll
truck.
be. I would have thought it'd be the sheer strength of the steel, right? Because it's as in the sheer SHEAR. Because the bolts themselves that are bolting it down are probably quite thick, but the metal that they're actually bolting to probably nowhere near as thick. So point of least resistance.
Yeah. You know what's a really underrated movie? Michael Mann's Public Enemies with Johnny Depp playing John Dillinger. It's really worth watching that movie, if only for the style and the look of it and the recreation of the 1930s that Michael Mann goes through to find places in different towns that haven't changed architecturally since the 1930s and were built then. He's a real stickler for period correct this and that, right? And the clothing is all either vintage or remade from 1930s design. So it's a great time travel movie to see what stuff actually looked like as a visual presentation. But the various banks where they recreated Dillinger's various bank robberies with Pretty Boy Floyd, they went to banks that were in business in the 1930s. And I was listening to the director's commentary, and he's like, you'll notice here that the bank vault that they're robbing is in a very central location, and all banks were built like this back in the day. As a matter of fact, the first thing designed and installed was the vault, and then the entire building was built up around it. I'm like, wow, there's a solution.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
There in fact is no way to get to that vault except through the front door. There's no drilling up through the floor. There's no coming in through the roof because, again, the entire building was built around the vault that was first installed. And around it is just solid rock. It would be like tunneling to try and get to it. You would have to be, built. He compared it to, it'd be like trying to get from, France to England, building your own channel.
Yeah. Just fly.
So anyway, on to the next story. Managed to connect that to 35 different things. Boom. Damn Kiro 7 News, you fake fucks. A man hid 5 treasure chests for worth more than $2 million across the United States. Here's how to find them. Interested?
Is it the chests that are worth the money, or is it the stuff that's inside them?
Stuff that's inside them.
Okay. So it should be chests of treasure.
What? As opposed to 5 treasure chests.
Yeah. Because the
No,
treasure chest
either
itself
way.
is not worth the money.
You're an ass.
No, I'm just a pedant.
What does it take to channel the spirit of Jacques Cousteau and search for secret treasure? Jacques Cousteau was not a treasure seeker. I thought he was a oceanic explorer.
Yeah, for all the difference that makes, huh?
For John Collins Black, the question sparked a thrilling journey that led him to okay. For John Collins Black, this question sparked a thrilling journey that led him to hide 5 treasure chests across the United States. His new book, There's Treasure Inside, offers hints for eager treasure hunters, sending them on an expedition to find hidden chests with a combined value of more than $2 million for what's contained inside of the boxes, not the boxes themselves, for those autistic enough to ask. Well, it actually says that.
It does. It does. I can see the words in front of my eyes, Polly.
Collins Black has been a lifelong fantasy enthusiast, immersing himself in games of mythical adventures such as Dungeons and Dragons since childhood. He clearly turned out a Satanist. In 2015, the successful musician and entrepreneur was looking for a change of pace and envisioned a project that would help him reconnect with his younger imagination. Motivated by Forrest Fenn's infamous treasure hunt launched back in 2010. Hey, Forrest Fenn, I don't like your name. It tripped me up. I don't like you. And do you know?
That's like a Marvel character.
Yeah, I know. Fing Fang Foom over here. What the fuck?
Mm.
An actual character. Oh man, my nose has been running for like 2 weeks. Driving me crazy.
You should catch that fucker.
It's running like it stole something.
Right. It's running like it just ripped a fucking ATM out with a JCB. And now it's being hunted down by the FBI. For GTA.
Oh. Yeah, right, Patty? Or actually, that's Random American. There's boxes full of D10, D100s. The special golden fantasy dice. All carved
See,
out of a unique element.
This is how eccentric rich people should spend their money. Just doing treasure hunts for random people. Like, here, buy this book. It's basically your ticket to finding a share of $2 million.
Yeah.
This better be tax-free money as well. Probably won't be.
In the United States, no. If you win
No.
like lottery money or Vegas money, Atlantic City money, no, it's taxed.
Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Hmm.
Whatever happened to possession being 9/10 of the law?
So you're making an argument for illegal gambling?
Illegal gambling? No.
Well, I've
I'm
never done
making
any
an
other
argument.
kind. What, you can gamble legally?
I'm making an argument for all gambling being legal, Polly.
Have you ever bet on a sporting event in your life of any kind?
I did dog races once, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dog races?
Yeah, I'd got 50 bucks in my pocket. I was like, fuck it.
Like, did you go to an actual Greyhound track, or were there two mutts running down the street and you just felt a need?
Polly, what kind of hellhole do you think I live in? Well, yeah, fair point. I went into a bookies.
Oh,
I
really?
was like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I was like, I've never been into a bookies before. You know, I don't. If I gamble on something, usually it's something that involves myself, and it's usually something that revolves around my own skill. So like business shares, stocks, that sort of stuff. You know,
Right.
because that's gambling. That's gambling. You can't convince me otherwise. Yes, there are certain things that you can do to, line the odds up in your favor. There absolutely are. But at the end of the day, there's a chance you got it wrong. So,
Okay.
but no, like I say, I knew that a lot of people enjoy going to a bookies and the whole experience of it and all that kind of stuff. It's like, well, I've never tried that. It's not going to kill me. So let's do it. I got $50 spare. Let's go see what happens.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've bet on baseball games and that's it. And it was only to make the World Series that my beloved Nationals were playing in spicier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Other than that, no boxing matches, no nothing. I came out looking like the prude in a crowd because I was talking with a bunch of my friends. I was like, you never bet on you never done Pinnacle, nothing. You don't bet. You don't bet football. And I'm like, no, I don't bet football. Football's like the most boring. I'm like, man, you don't have to watch the games. That got a laugh out of everyone when I said it was really boring. And I'm like, yeah, but I meant I've bet on the World Series, but it's because I wanted to make the World Series that the team that I followed was in more interesting because now it's skin in the game, so to speak.
Right.
But that's it,
No,
man.
I mean,
It's just gambling like that just doesn't. I was surprised. That's why I asked. It's like sports gambling just doesn't strike me as something to. I understand casino gambling a hell of a lot more in sports gambling, hell of a lot more.
Well, because you're there, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it. It's you.
Yeah, like it's just a lot more in the moment. It's a lot more visceral. I don't understand the thrill of it. Yeah, I just don't have that big gambling hype that people have.
No, I don't even really gamble in video games, frankly. I mean, apart from like drop percentages from bosses or whatever. But like these these people that get hooked on like these gacha games coming out of China and Japan and such. I just don't see the appeal. I really don't. It doesn't hook me.
Patty Drunkle is off and about taking care of stuff today. He wasn't sure whether we were doing a show today, through my fault, not his. And so he's not here. And Sin was here earlier, but he had to get going for similar reasons. Sam dipped in a little bit before Sin dipped out. So we're just hanging out here and shooting the breeze because we haven't done a show on a Wednesday in a while. And I missed you guys and wanted to hang out. So here we are. So we're not doing a full-on show. We're just kind of doing a chill, laid-back, early draft noir bar, as Sam joked earlier. So right now we're talking about Forrest Fenn's infamous treasure hunt launched back in 2010 that I've never heard of, that apparently everyone else has.
Oh, to conclude, I lost that $50.
Did you?
I didn't win.
Oh. Well done. Well done.
Well,
Did the dogs have crazy names like the horses? Mother's Lover? And...
oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't even remember what the names were. They were just, weird.
I was watching, like I'll see stuff and it's, not going to the harness racing track or the horse track or whatever the fuck, the trotters. I've never even made it down. Been to casinos lots, but never to like a track. No. So I'll watch like movies with the Sopranos where Tony's walking through and he just spots what was called like Meadow's Dream or something like that. And his daughter's named Meadow. So he's like, oh, look at that. Look at that. Like as he hits his friend Silvio and Silvio's like, oh, you got to put money down. I know. He ended up putting like $100,000 down on it. I picture that's the way people actually make their bets. Weird meta coincidences and shit like that, where they're seeing like patterns and connections and, oh, the universe is trying to tell me something. It's like, no, it's not. You're insane. They name horses and dogs the craziest fucking shit ever. It's going to match up with something in your life just by random chance, man. Think about the stuff they named them. Go to
If I ever owned a racing dog, I'd call it So Whip It Real Good.
I'd call it Gamer Word.
And Gamer Word takes the line.
Run, you little faggot, run!
Run, faggot, run! That's a movie in and of itself.
Yeah. Collins Black dreamed of, that's the guy who buried all these treasure chests around the U.S., is creating something more personal and accessible. Instead of Finn's single chest hidden in the Rocky Mountains, Colin Black envisioned multiple troves, allowing every person across the country the opportunity to be closer in proximity to one of the chests. Close proximity to chests. I wanted to have the chest spread out. I see what you did there. It's just to give people the optimistic, adventurous possibility of getting close to a broad chest. Understood. With the creative background in writing, from poetry to children's book publishing, Collins Black combined his skills to produce There's Treasure Inside, aimed to entertain even those who do not plan to look for the treasure.
Okay, look, I've got to be real. His talents in writing and all that kind of thing, and then he calls the book There's Treasure Inside.
Yeah.
X'd it out.
It's like There's Treasure Inside. If you were to call it There's Treasure in Dem Dare Chests or something, folksy like that, I would get it. But just There's Treasure Inside, yeah, that just...
Chests of booty, come on.
Yeah. Chests of booty.
I'm here to pillage the booty.
Yeah. Digging deep for the booty.
Yeah.
Yes. Although
I'm a land pirate.
Although Collins Black remains tight-lipped about the book's specifics, he promises that anyone can find the treasure. All the clues you need are in the book. To protect the integrity of the search, Collins Black worked with a few strategists and editors as possible to avoid any hints of leaking to the public. He even decided to keep the treasure locations secret from his wife.
Really? I think we know what this is all about.
Wow. It's all a really convoluted thing before his inevitable divorce, I guess.
Right. And then he's going to have somebody who goes around and, digs up these treasures and, they take a finder's fee and return it to him,
Yeah. You open it up and it's all just like solid gold ingots pressed out of Switzerland and $100 bills in U.S. currency. That's Really? That was the treasure. That's not very fantasy oriented. You know, my wife's fantasy of half my stuff is what we should be laughing about. Okay. I could
Look.
really consult other people because I didn't want them to. I couldn't really consult other people because I didn't want them to have the burden, he said. What?
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. The burden of the knowledge of where this stuff is or where it should be, etc., etc., etc. No, I because it's kind of like
Okay, yeah. I couldn't.
yeah.
I couldn't really consult other people. Yeah, I guess I pick up what he's saying now. I didn't.
It's one of those, isn't it? It's sort of like, it doesn't really matter who you are, with the possible exception of Elon Musk. If you know where 2 million is, and you're just supposed to go on what, like Scout's honor, not to go and just grab it yourself before anybody else has the opportunity to. That's tough. Like 2 million is not completely life-changing money, but it's certainly life-ameliorating money.
Did you hear what he just said, chat? Changed my fucking life. What are you talking about? What are your spending habits like?
I don't really want to talk about it.
$2 million isn't really life-changing money. Holy shit, Sam. What? Just how expensive is life in France? My God.
With my outgoings, Polly, very.
With no clear blueprint for such an ambitious project, he experimented through trial and error, carefully programming the difficulty of the clues. This is sounding a lot like, shit. What the hell are they called? Like, they're like psyops on purpose done as an experiment upon the people where you don't know the result of what's going to happen. Where there's an augmented reality aspect to it.
I don't know.
One of Barely Sociable's first videos was on that. A bizarrely complex augmented reality thing where guy dug up a thing and it was related to a company and it was to apply for an experimental job there, but the company was all super secret and it was bizarre, and it was all basically a complex treasure hunt that somebody had set up as a social experiment in the end. Fuck. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, social experiments probably about as close as I could get to it. I don't know.
A bunch of cult favorite branded knives are deeply discounted.
My boyfriend and I were falling in love, and then he hit me with a something.
Archaeologists found a skeleton wearing an amulet. That's not an amulet. That's just a cross, man. I mean, I guess a cross is a kind of amulet, but the people from Popular Mechanics are really out of touch.
Right.
There's this weird crucifix-shaped object around his neck. What does that mean? Holy shit, you guys need to get out more often.
It's a cruise news.
I actually think that's just somebody's really crappy clip art that they plugged onto this story, you know.
Yeah.
Their treasure inside has already created a buzz with thousands of participants gathering on discussion channels such as Discord.
Oh god, they're learning.
No, they're not. Discussion channels such as Discord. Quick, click your UHV television to that channel to share their theories. Men are even convinced that they have pinpointed the states where the treasure is located, according to Collins Black. Adventurers don't need to worry about their safety while searching, he says. No dangerous underwater exploration, climbing, or entering private property is required, and anyone of average health can travel to the sites. And it's important to know that no digging is necessary to find the treasure. Oh.
Okay, hold on. No dangerous underwater exploration, right? Then why bring up fucking Jacques Cousteau?
Jedi scum.
That never gets old.
I know. Don't Fruit Zero. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for the $5. Hey, yeah, Polly. Glad to see you're still alive. Well, don't overestimate that. Stay that way. Polly rants are fun. You know, good. I'm glad to hear you enjoy them. I always feel, oh, shit. Trump rejects funding bill? He's not the president. What?
Or is he?
Trump rejects funding bill to prevent government shutdown? What are you talking about?
How long did I sleep?
Yeah, that's.
Like, I know I'm off Twitter, but did something happen?
This has to be a hypothetical future reference, right?
It's the next episode of What If.
I mean,
Has one already been posed to him for like April or something?
I don't understand how you mean even if he was president, you mean he used his veto power because he's not a legislator, he's not on the floor of Congress. How would he even do that? Like, it'd be like Senate Republicans or Senate or House Democrats reject the funding bill, like by voting against it as a group, and then the president could veto it but not reject it. What are they even talking anyway?
I am the confused.
Yeah, he's telling them not to. Yeah, like I said, it's got to be like a hypothetical future reference that if this funding bill in this way comes up, I would not support it. That kind of thing.
Cool. Yeah, maybe they use reject in the more colloquial sense of it, not like an official rejection, but he rejects the notion of it because he's not yet president, so of course he can't actually veto it. Yeah. Surely they would say that they would be better off saying vows to veto, blah 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 blah.
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man!
It's so long.
It's the little half smile at the fucking end that does me every time. Spit that shit out, man! Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've talked a lot about how Robert Downey Jr. is my favorite character of his ever is Wayne Gale from Natural Born Killers, but I don't know. I think Lincoln Osiris is slowly edging out Wayne Gale, so it would now be Lincoln Osiris, Wayne Gale, then and only then Tony Stark.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is my favorite black actor, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. He really advanced his people.
Yeah.
Kimberly, thank you for the 450. No danger. I hope he buried it in anti-gun states. Discuss it all you want, people. Anything in Arizona is asking for a gunfight. That's so true. I got my Wells Fargo chest right here, and it's all mine. No shit. It's like it's not on anyone's private property. Well, what kind of fun is that? Ooh, look. A bejeweled bow tie. Ooh, it's a Jack and Kennedy Onassis item. Interesting. Jack and Kennedy Onassis owned this sapphire and diamond brooch during her time in the White House. Cool. So, like expensive stuff, but stuff he must have gotten from auction, I'm assuming.
You'd have thought so.
That's pretty cool. Collins Black meticulously crafted the treasures hidden within the chest to captivate a wide range of interests and offer unparalleled treasure hunting experiences. Collaborating with historians, Colin Black attended auctions until he created the perfect one-of-a-kind collection. He financed the pieces with money he saved from early Bitcoin investments. I was like a kid in a candy store. Inside the chest, searchers can look forward to hopefully locating such items as rare Pokemon cards, shipwreck bounty, sports memorabilia, gold, and precious metals. Among the most prized possessions are those of historical significance, including items that were once owned or made by Pablo Picasso, George Washington, Amelia Earhart, and Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. Okay. Interesting, buddy. Well done. Cool.
Yeah, a little bit of something for everybody. Well played.
As the chests await discovery, the value of the items continues to grow. It's generally impossible for Collins Black to select a favorite item from the lot, but a few specific items, a brooch, once owned by Jackie Kennedy Onassis, a 96-carat emerald, and Wilma Rudolph's 1960 Olympic gold medal hold a special place in his heart. It's so random. I love it.
Okay, girls of the internet, 14-year-old girls of the internet, this is lol so random. You are not. Learn from what is before you.
Wow. That's fascinating. So yeah, I mean, you want to I'm curious as to what the
next line there, Polly, hold on.
Albert Einstein's pipes.
Yeah, the only item on his wish list that he could not secure was one of Albert Einstein's pipes, which he lost in a bidding war. This sucks. It's like that as a piece, you know?
Yeah.
As a talk piece. I'm not really one for conversation pieces, but that'd be cool. Anyway, sorry, you were going to say.
No, not at all. I was just wondering, like the clues and how the treasure hunt works. I mean, that's what I would be interested in, because, I mean, there are some seriously sharp people out there that are able to. Well, they're unemployed and they're smart and they're able to spend a lot of time thinking about shit like this. You know what I mean? And especially, I mean, just here, like think about what we're able to do on AAA and Noir Bar, where we can crowdsource information. We find out within seconds.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, if we wanted to track a person's movements based on, the patterns of planes in the back of their live streams, God, we could probably do it.
Yeah. I mean, they found poor Shia LaBeouf's flag out in the middle of fucking nowhere. That was amazing.
That was a special kind of weaponized autism.
Wasn't it? It was just...
I understand the NSA's hiring practices, I really do.
Well,
in an historic move.
But I don't agree. Okay, I'll agree. This day in history, December 2nd. Wow. History Channel.
Yeah.
Wow. Today in history. You're, only 16 days off. But this is the time. This is the time of year where if you're any kind of American patriot whatsoever, you know what happened in the winter of 1776-77. George Washington crossed the banks of the Delaware and Delaware River and camped down only to turn around and attack the hated British and their German hirelings on Christmas Day, 1776, and secure the future of the entire Revolutionary War. Legendary move. And then 3 days later, do it again. Turn around, recross the same river, attack Princeton, New Jersey, successfully. And then on the retreat to go back across the river again after the second successful fight that they didn't think that he would even be able to mount. Had to turn and fight them in a skirmishing battle upon the retreat. And so there's the first and second battle of Princeton. And it's just victory after victory after victory. It was just he couldn't get enough of winning that, George.
Polly, I've got it. So, okay, voter ID. Okay, apparently that's racist. We're not allowed to do that. All right. In order to be declared an American citizen, you don't have to sign up for the draft or anything along those lines. What you got to do is you got to cross the Delaware in winter.
In a flat-bottom Durham boat.
Exactly. That is your rite of passage into manhood in the United States.
Now that's
of
an
America.
interesting suggestion. It'd be like, if you remember Running Man, where they're like climbing for dollars and the Running Man and all the crazy like violent television shows where they had for like, survival in this dystopian future. Yeah, that would be it. It's like, okay, fine. You're an illegal entrant to the United States and we found you and we're going to deport you. Or you could try and cross the frozen river Delaware on Christmas Day to the delight of millions. It's
Hell, they made it this far, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're willing to walk across the Rio Grande and brave the desert. How about braving the winter, bitch?
Yeah. If you can, call it the Deuces Challenge.
Yeah. And I'm a fan of these things because if you look in the background of most every one of my bar hangouts, there's Washington crossing the Delaware by Lutz. I love that painting, and I'm a big fan of the historical event itself. So it's not on accident that painting keeps an interest of mine. Moving along. California declares a state of emergency over bird flu outbreak and chilling echo of COVID dark days. They're still doing it.
For God's sake.
They're still doing the bird flu thing. This isn't, I guess it's not winter there, but
never let a good crisis go to waste.
I know. Darren, it sounds simple. Yeah. You're right. It does sound fairly simple to make it across the Potomac. And if you had like a modern boat and it was just you, and it was like an aluminum boat where you can like pick it up at like a canoe and carry it on your head, a one person kind of situation, and you know what to expect, is when you're crossing the Delaware and it's full of frozen chunks of ice. It's at night, so you can't see what you're doing. And any person, anyone from the Navy will tell you, stay the fuck out of the water when it's dark because things get really ugly really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you don't know which way is up. Yeah, it's rough.
And
It's rough.
you're in the situation that these guys are in with all of your heavy, bulky equipment. You're trying to load cannon onto fucking flat bottom boats. Oh my God. It just, and load God knows how many, 50 men plus equipment onto each boat while you push it across. And you have, fishermen with their fishing pikes trying to guide you across and move the larger chunks of ice out of the way. It's how they didn't lose more men in the river, I don't know. Well, they went extremely slowly. And that was one of the quotes that people cited that Washington kept saying, observing it. It's like, "Are you going to cross, General?" And he said, "I cannot sit here any longer and maintain my sanity. Yes, I'm crossing."
How quickly did they cross? Quickly enough to stay warm.
Yeah. Wait, I cannot sit here and observe this maddening process any longer and maintain my sanity. Yes, I'm crossing.
Fuck this shit. I'm going.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. That's literally just fuck it, we ball.
Yeah. Yeah, we're rolling. And
Yeah.
the thing that most of them didn't make it. That's just It was 3 different crossing points along the Delaware. We're gonna split up into 3 contingents. You're gonna go up there. I'm gonna be here in the middle, and then you are gonna go down under Glover to the farthest southern point, and we're all gonna attempt to cross. We'll meet up in 2 columns. We'll march up to Trenton and attack just at daybreak. And neither of the contingents made it across except for Washington's. His was the only one.
But it didn't matter.
Yeah,
because he pulled it off.
One of them tried, and they couldn't really succeed. The other contingent Glover's made half of it across, and then they couldn't get the rest of them across. They kept overturning the boats just at the launch point. And so they just, okay, let's get everyone back across. The other contingents must have given up as well. No, they hadn't. Yeah, Washington with 1/3 the force still marched, got there an hour after daybreak. So the true surprise was lost. Still attacked and still won a complete victory. Awesome.
Against Hessians, no less.
Yeah. America.
Like a prize mercenaries.
We got well-fed, well-armed, well-equipped troops that were in their nice warm beds. Yeah, and Washington's beleaguered troops, some of whom marched there without boots on and left bloody footprints in the snow, and they still fucking won. Fuck yeah. Love it.
They must have been a sight. That must have looked like a fucking horde of zombies descending upon camp.
Yeah. The brutal part is Washington lost only 2 men, and neither of them. There we go. Perfect timing. Godspeed, little fellas. Kimberly, thank you for the $11 and the Otter Marines. I just remembered I have some Revolutionary War history to share with you. It's based on some family history I've told you about. Well, fuck, I'll be around in chat later on. I look forward to that, actually. We're going to find out Valine can actually be a daughter of the American Revolution. We're going to join up with the DAR. Don't do that. They're a weird group of biddies.
The darlings, you mean?
Yes. The upper crusty darlings that they are. Washington lost only 2 men, and they unfortunately were lost because, of course, there was a snowstorm of sleet when they landed because it wasn't hard enough already. So they marched there in a snowstorm, and 2 of the guys sat down to take a rest, and they didn't get up again. And those are the only 2 men that he lost. No combat fatalities at all. Not one. And complete decimation the other side. Every single other Hessian, every Hessian was either killed, captured, or ran and escaped. Brutal.
That is what we call a decisive victory.
Uh-huh. I remember the what's his name's Washington's on-scene second in command. He had it's run up and down and run up and down the marching column and check powder status, whether the men have their muskets and so on, like check readiness status because we're nearing the site, right? So he runs up and down the line checking all the way to the end. Officers, check with your men. Officers, check with your men all the way down, and then rides back up retrieving the information as the officers have now checked with their men. When he gets back up to the front with Washington, it's like General, we have no dry powder at all. And he's like, well, order the men to fix bayonets. The man, second in command, wipes his nose with his glove, like the big gauntlet gloves that went right up to your elbows, wipes his nose with that and says, cold steel at dawn it shall be. And then runs back to fucking inform all of them. Woo! Refried cat girl, yeah!
Killing it tonight.
Yeah. I love that line. Cold steel at dawn. Hell yes.
That's like their arrows shall blot out the sun. Then we all fight in the shade.
Exactly. That's metal as fuck, man. That's Revolutionary War grit right there. You tell Steve Dave, thank you for the 525. We the people, Gavin. Man, that's the worst name for any man to have. Gavin just sounds like an inconsiderate prick, right? Yes, it does. He is, in fact, an inconsiderate prick. I mean, I don't really think you should judge people on their external appearances, but Gavin Newsom is different. He does strike me as...
Oh, man. He looks like someone put Mitt Romney through an AI regenerator.
Yeah, like it... I am serious. That is, in fact... Gamer Guy, if you're asking me, am I serious that that's what he actually said at the time? Yes, it is. In... multiple attested correspondences, that's exactly what he said. And the detail too is that he wiped his mouth or his nose, that varies on the gauntlet of his glove, and then exclaimed, cold steel at dawn it shall be, and then immediately took off to run up and down the line saying, men attach bayonets. To be given that order too. All right then, order the men to attach bayonets. Like, we have no powder. We're going in there not pulling triggers at all. We're just going to have to go stabby. It's like, and he fixes his grit and goes, all right, cold steel at dawn, it shall be. Like, holy shit, dude. You're fucking metal, man. What the fuck?
The bulk of the forces as well, like the officers are only in the fucking 20s as well.
Yeah.
Like, these are not like 35-year-old gravelly voiced, stone-faced men who are, I mean, they are battle hardened at this point, but like shit. So some of these lads ain't even shaven yet,
Yeah, exactly. With their little one-man tents, most of them haven't eaten in God knows how long. They haven't been paid in over 2 months. Like, they have no money at all, and they're only days away, literally days from the end of their service term, because you only had to volunteer then for a year. Because to ask a free person to give up more than a year of their time at that time was seen as being intolerable. You couldn't ask a free person to give up more than a year. So their enlistments only last a year, and their enlistments were up on January 1st, and it was December 25th, and Washington still convinced them to go because they were fighting for liberty, goddammit. Okay. And then, like I said, 3 days later, convinced them to do it again. All they had to do was sit down and stay in their tents, and they got to go home on January 1st. And they didn't. They still went and fought with them. Amazing.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And these days, you can't get a 21-year-old to get up to go to college on time.
Hey, shut up, man. I slept in sometimes. You know who Gavin Newsom strikes me as? Like the evil corporation of RoboCop, OCP. He strikes me as like the founder of OCP. Like,
he just looks like a fucking slime ball.
Yeah. Like, I'm not talking actual corporate evil guy, but cartoony corporate evil guy. You know what I mean? Like,
he looks like the third son of the mafia boss who's, only got authority because of who his father is, and never fought his own fights, always relied on, the scare of others.
Justin Trudeau?
Him too. Him too. Oh, yeah, fuck Justin Castro as well.
He's just been all over the news lately with his teetering government up there.
Oh, if I didn't know that, there's a strong chance Canada's going to end up with something worse, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Because that's always been the thing with him, isn't it?
Well, I mean, there's always a danger that when you allow people to vote, they're going to make the wrong decision. If they end up having the, what's it called in parliamentary procedure? A snap election? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
When a government falls? because of a
Yep.
no confidence vote or because of a lack of support in general. Yeah, they're if they might vote for the wrong. I mean, after all, Palestinians voted for Hamas, and thus their current woes. But
Hey, look, they were still polling support, like, up until very recently.
yeah, Dick Jones, exactly. And Dick Jones is the aforementioned Ronnie Cox, who played Captain Edward Jellicoe in part 1 and 2 of Chain of Command. Always comes back to Star Trek, I'm telling you.
And you say I'm autistic with the way I connect things in my mind. I mean, you're right, but that's not the point.
Hong Kong launches panda sculpture tour as city hopes to bear craze to boost tourism. Look at this. That's not AI, man. Those are a bunch of little panda sculptures. Notice how they're
You
all
notice
doing
what none of them are doing?
attacking humans.
Ain't not one of them fucking. And ain't that a problem?
What, you mean they just don't do that in captivity? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, exactly, yeah, huge problem. They're gonna go extinct. Why? Because I don't know. They just don't feel. I don't know. They got a headache. They got work in the morning. Silly pandas.
You got people in chat just going pandemonium. Oh, yeah, and that's how they continue to survive. We just love the cute things.
Pandemonium.
I guess they
You
got
guys
sick of
stay that
painting
side of the
dogs,
glass, all right?
So it's like, they can't get actual pandas, and they're the painted dogs don't work out either. So let's go with sculptures. Thousands of giant panda sculptures will greet residents and tourists starting Saturday in Hong Kong, where enthusiasm for the bears has grown since 2 cubs were born in a local theme park. The 2,500 exhibits were showcased in a launch ceremony of Panda Go. That's what's called Panda Go. The city's largest panda-themed exhibition at Hong Kong's airport on Monday. They'll be publicly displayed at the Avenue of Stars in Shim Sha Tsui, a popular shopping district, this weekend before setting their footprint at 3 other locations this month. Huh. So there's only 6 sculptures. Look like there's a lot more than 6, like in terms of variations. I guess there's only 6 variations.
Huh.
I'm looking for another.
It's a trick of the light, Polly.
What's that?
It's a trick of the light, Polly.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm looking for, like, you see the one with the little panda cub riding the panda's back here? I'm looking for, like, another one, and I don't see it. Oh, there's one. There's one right there.
Oh, God, are we really going to do Spot the Thing, Panda Edition?
Well, you would think every 6 of them should be a little panda cub, right?
Polly, we've been through this before. That's not how probabilities work.
Okay, but there literally has to be in this group one of 6. So, I mean, if they're not up here at the front, it means they all must be clustered at the back somewhere.
You leave your observation bias at home, young man.
This is interesting. Pandas are considered China's unofficial national mascot. What's their official mascot? Is it Xi Jinping himself?
Pooh Bear, Winnie the
Yeah.
Pooh Bear.
What do you mean? It's Winnie the Pooh. That's their.
Well, it sure as shit ain't a bat, let's say that. Isn't a flower? Isn't some sort of flower as China's national mascot?
I mean, I hope it would be an animal that's alive. Currently. Dragons? Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, yeah, could be, yeah.
Why didn't they pick a non-mythical creature? I don't know. England's got a lion. There aren't many lions walking around in the green hills of England, are there? See, that's why I'm saying America's national fucking symbol should be the turkey. Benjamin Franklin was right about that. I agree with him. The bald eagle? What do you mean? It flies around, attacking rats and mice and shit.
It has the most pathetic screech as well.
Yeah. It's grating. You ever heard them things cry? It's not
Yeah.
proud and patriotic. It's grating.
It's like a tiny banshee. It's annoying. It's not like a proud golden eagle. What about a condor? Right, condors are quite rare.
100%. I would go for a condor. They got a wingspan that dwarfs a bald eagle.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, they are the AC-130 of birds.
Ireland is a unicorn? Really?
I think so, yeah.
Why would a Mosin Nagant have a lotus symbol in it? Why the Mosin? Huh.
That's a good
I
question.
didn't know that. Yeah, you always find out something new about the garbage rod. Huh. Non-smoker fined for dropping cigarette in town she says she's never been to.
Oh, God.
A woman who doesn't smoke has been fined for dropping a cigarette in a town she's never been to. God, why would you repeat the same bad grammar in the headline and the foreline?
I believe it's referred to as doubling down.
Yeah. A town to which she's never been.
Mm-hmm. Preposition police. They're coming to knock it.
It's one of those things that stands out to me, where it's like, been to recently? Been to in her life?
Right.
Like, you know,
It's in the fucking name. Preposition pre-position.
Natalie Walton received, that sounds like a smoker. Natalie Walton received a fixed penalty notice from Dartford Borough Council that had been sent to her parents' house in Gravesend, Kent. Wow. I lived there once, Gravesend. Not so much physically, but mentally I was located in Gravesend.
Gravesend's like fairly upper crusty as well.
It just sounds emo as fuck. Address your letters to Gravesend.
That's Graves End, Polly, not Gravesend.
That's where we're all headed, to a Gravesend.
Polly, you know that gravers used to, write things on stone, right?
That's what you're going to have to do to get my epitaph down. He died as he lived, in misery. It said she had dropped a cigarette 5 miles away at Swarthcombe on October 29th and would have to pay a £75 fine or appeal it. Natalie said she was confused because not only was she a non-smoker who has never visited Swarthcombe, on the date of the offense, she was in Stratfordshire, where she now lives. The notice dated November 12th. Is it 12 November in England? Is that the way they say it?
No, November. It would be 12th of November, or if you're dropping the TH, then yeah, November 12th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stated that a Dartfordshire Upton Council Pon officer witnessed her committing the offense. It said prosecution proceedings may immediately start against her as she had not paid or challenged the fine when first issued. The letter is sent to someone if they have been issued a fine on the spot and have not settled or appealed it, prompting Natalie to wonder if someone was pretending to be her with the extremely rare name of Natalie Walton. Surely the only person in all of jolly old England with that name.
See, I have a particular moral objection to these quote unquote fixed penalty notice. It's not a fine. It's not a damage to be redressed. This isn't something you are remunerating. No. This is a letter that they send to you, and if you acquiesce to it, right, by paying it, it means you have accepted liability.
How's that
If
not
you
a
don't
that
pay
sounds
it-
like a fine. How's that not a fine?
Because there's no court process. There's no crime that's actually been committed or anything like that. It is a council policy. They
Okay.
send out these things. It's literally the local council saying you shouldn't do this. It has no legal power really whatsoever. But the thing is they keep it low at like £75, right?
Yeah.
Because it often costs more than that to actually challenge these fucking things in administrative fees. And in order to reclaim something like the £120 administrative fee, you'd have to go to a small claims court. And £120 is pretty much just below the threshold that a small claims court is willing to consider. So it's literally, fuck you, give us money.
I mean, this sounds like one of the things that the peasants rebelled about in
Yeah.
the Middle Ages.
Absolutely.
You know, fines for swimming in the river, or, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, the sheriff's daughter's best friend's cousin saw you swimming in the river after sundown. That'll be the 3 shillings and 8 pence. What?
So the council is just like what? Like locating people and issuing them bills?
Yeah, it's everything from like, oh, you parked your car in this particular location between this time and this time. It's like, yeah, so. Well, there's a sign there that says that you're only allowed to park there between this time and this time, and if not, then we'll send you one of these fixed penalty notices. And it's like, under what authority? Oh, it's our policy. So, what actual authority do you have? And the answer is none. Really, none.
Yeah,
They don't have that.
I mean, it says this type of letter is sent to someone when they've been issued a fine on the spot and have not settled or appealed it. But of course, she says she wasn't even there at all. So yeah, they had to issue this fixed penalty that you're describing. She told Kent Online, "It's just bizarre. I was accused of littering a cigarette in Swathcombe, which is honestly more absurd as I do not smoke and I have never been to the address that they have claimed I was at. I feel like a complete victim of fraud. You're a victim of government. Especially small petty government at that."
The thing that gets me, she says next, someone must have stolen my identity, or the council security measures are so broken. No one stole your identity, and this council security measures aren't broken. This is them operating as intended. Randomly throwing out fines and seeing what sticks, seeing who pays. This is what they do. They're scum.
Okay, so
Bring me my
armed
keys,
with
Polly.
proof that she was in Stratfordshire at the time, she has bank transactions from shopping trips. She appealed. Okay, so she got like literal proof she was elsewhere. Another letter from the council arrived at her parents dated November 19, which said the council was starting court proceedings. Finally, last week, Dartford Council said they canceled the FPN following a review of the evidence she provided. The evidence included a photo of Natalie, which did not match the person who was seen dropping the cigarette. What, they wrote up a description? The council...
They'll have used CCTV. It's everywhere, Polly.
The council have since described the person they saw drop the cigarette to Natalie, and she thinks it could have been an old school friend she hasn't seen in 20 years. Oh, come on. Come on. Natalie,
She
like
needs
you were
to
a
stop
credible
coming-
person right up until now, man.
Yeah.
If I describe someone vaguely to you, you know, they had a burning gaze and steely gray hair and, you know, bad descriptive items.
Yeah, my client side, yeah.
Yeah, would you automatically think of someone you knew 20 fucking years ago? I don't remember people I
maybe if I
met
was
yesterday.
trying to get away with littering, but
Yeah, she just doesn't want her parents to find out she smokes. That's all that's going on here. This is just a really elaborate denial campaign.
maybe. Although that being said, I mean, you know, what did she do? Like, give her card to a friend to go on a shopping spree or something? What?
Well, when she was issued a fine, did she like, hey, I'm fining you. What's your name? Natalie, English lady. I forget her last name.
Walton.
What did she not have to provide ID at the time of her fine, or did she just say what her name was and the officer took her at her word?
That's the thing. That's the thing. They cannot mandate you display your identification. They can't. They can scan your license plate and see who the car belongs to.
Well, she was like, yeah, I guess it could have been a car. They never said one way or another.
These aren't police officers, Polly. These are wardens.
Oh, I see.
These are hall monitors hired
Yeah.
by the council.
Who collect 10% of all funds collected. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. They are the tax collectors of biblical times. Is what they are.
And you know how to handle them, right? With a
Brother,
whip
I
you've
ain't-
made of your own cord and just chase them
Right.
out.
I was gonna say, like, these are the tax collectors of your Polly. And brother, I ain't Jesus.
Well, I don't know. He wasn't too charitable to them. I mean, that's
Oh, I think he was very charitable to everyone, Polly. It's kind of his thing, isn't it?
chasing guys with a whip you made out of your own cord. I mean, Jesus got metal on the tax collectors, man.
Yeah, he did. He didn't string them up or put them under a guillotine or
I
bash them
see.
with rocks.
That's the kind of lack of generosity that you're going to talk about. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, whipping somebody was generous, considering what I'm thinking of doing.
Polly, I mean, you know, would you rather receive 10 lashes or the cutting off of your right hand?
Lashes.
Yeah, lashes every day of the week, right?
The thing that leaves me with limbs.
Mm-hmm. You know, if you get a generous lashman as well, you know, he'll do it quick, so you'll only feel the first 2 or 3.
Huh.
That was something I remember reading about. People who would break into the food stores on boats, right, on ships, I should say, like doing transatlantic crossings and all that kind of thing. Big time crime, right? Big time crime, because the ships can only carry so much stuff, and some of it is for trade, and so on and so forth. You get the idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you were having a particularly rough crossing and food was getting a bit scarce, and you were to break into the ship's hold, and start chowing down on the food down there, yeah, lashes were the most common punishment, and it was one of those repeat offenders. They would a lot of the time the French ships. This is I don't know about others. What they would do is a repeat offender would be given between 10 and 20 lashes usually. Yeah, and the person who gives the administrator of the lashes, shall we say, has to be changed every 3 lashes. Why? Because the time that it takes for the whip to change hands between the man giving the lashes is enough time for the sensation to return to the back of the man being given the whipping.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Oh yeah. They knew. They knew.
That's brutal.
They knew. It is. It really is. You know, fuck around on my HMS Victory.
Right. All right. Yeah, on this goes. Our enforcement requests a current photo of Miss Walton. Upon receiving, we compared it to the person in the footage from the CCTV camera. It was found it was not Miss Walton, because Miss Walton doesn't have green hair and doesn't, certainly weighs less than 300 pounds. And the fixed price notification, whatever, has been canceled. We're investigating into who the offender is. Also investigate where you learned grammar from.
They gotta have that fucking pound of flesh, huh?
Yeah. Irishman, 39, facing jail time in Dubai after sending threatening emoji in text amid dangerous laws. Tourist alert.
Facing jail time in Dubai. He'd be facing jail time back home. Have you seen Ireland's laws lately?
Quinny claims the Belgian removed some of his belongings, which led to the text conversation. When you say it like that, you make it sound like, the Belgian.
Well, everybody's a hitman.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Like the Foreigner from Spider-Man comics or whatever.
Right.
The Jackal, international assassin.
The professional.
Yeah. The Irishman versus the Belgian. They met in a Dubai airport. Wow, this is sounding intriguing. No, it was a flying around an emoji. Oh.
Yeah, what were Mr. White and Mr. Pink up to at the time?
Stuart Quinney, 39, who's a property owner from Lara County, Wicklow, has been. I'm sorry, UK
Why is
listeners.
it you can do Irish place names, but English ones you struggle
What?
with?
I got that right? That was
Yes. Yes.
I was just about to apologize to our UK contingent. I was just like, sorry, guys. I know I'm brutalizing your words here, but
It's like Staffordshire becomes Stratfordshire. Like, Polly, come on, man.
you're missing the R. Come on. Well, whatever.
Stafford, London, spit it out, man.
He's been accused of sending the emojis from Ireland to a Belgian acquaintance. Make it sound like you mailed a bomb.
Oh, they just want political prisoners to trade for terrorists.
Quinny claims the Belgian took his possessions without permission, which led to the text conversation. This occurred in January 2022 when Quinny went to Dubai with, well, that was your first mistake, with a friend for a fresh start. He was introduced to the Belgian man when organizing accommodation. Quinny stayed with his friend at the apartment for 2 months and had left some of his personal belongings in the house. Listen, I understand what you mean. You know, fresh start. You need it. Dubai?
Brother, man, how much money you got?
What the hell? It just strikes me as weird. Who the fuck picks up and starts a new life in Dubai? From Ireland?
Not I.
Yeah,
I mean, polar opposites, I guess, but...
When he stayed with his friend in an apartment, oh yeah, so he left some of his belongings in the house. While he was away with his friend, the Belgian man allegedly removed items without permission. Upset about the incident, Quigley hoped he could recover the sentimental items taken, such as gifts from his grandmother. Multiple legal letters to the man were ignored. Quinny told his crisis manager, you have a crisis manager?
Well, not his crisis, but a crisis.
Okay, yeah. Quinny told crisis manager Rada Sterling, the founder of Detained in Dubai, I don't really mind the clothes. It's just those things were my grandmother's and a gift from my friend. It's very important to me. I came over June last year and sent a few messages basically saying I wanted my things back or I go to the police, but I got no reply again. All right. Sterling said, she is my best friend. He dealt with the pain by drinking alcohol, something he only does once or twice a year. In a drunken state, he must have remembered the theft of his other grandmother's gift, reached for his phone, and sent the emojis. Example, Ninja Man and a blood drop to the Belgian. When he claimed it was out of character. So you're taking this as like a death threat?
Yeah.
Forgetting about the exchange, Quinny booked a flight to Dubai to see his friend, but when he arrived on the 6th of September, he was taken into custody. He was transported to Al Bashra police station. Sounds like a just place. And he was told he could not leave the country. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And that explains in a nutshell how fucking human slavery works in the Islamic world in the modern era. Just, you can't leave. But I was just here to work. Yeah, and you will.
For us.
Yeah, we're keeping your passport. He was transported. Okay, Quinny remained in Dubai since he was told he could face several years in prison due to strict laws that prohibit rude, offensive, or threatening text messages. Despite an apology, the accuser said he would not withdraw the case. Stewart is staying with a friend while on travel ban and is relying on financial support from his family. Sterling has issued a stark warning to repeat visitors to the UAE, urging them to ensure they obtain a police check before traveling. She said it's important to repeat visitors to Dubai to obtain police check in advance of travel. Checking prior to travel prevents significant number of arrests, and people could be prevented from grueling nightmares. The UAE's cybercrime laws are highly dangerous to tourists. They are unclear, subjective, arbitrarily enforced, and the punishments can be severe. You mean like when I repeatedly say that your prophet is a pedophilic, caravan robbing, illiterate scumfuck?
Mm-hmm.
You think that might get me arrested there?
Yeah, pretty well.
Yeah, probably. Oh, well. It's who he was, according to, your sources. Leave me out of this. What?
It's not slander, if it's true.
Well, yeah. He robbed caravans. It was his first move after going to fucking Medina. He did marry Aisha when she was 6 and consummated the marriage when she was 9, hence pedophile. I'm not making this stuff up. He himself claimed to be illiterate. And scumfuck, okay, that's subjective, but I think the former 3 kind of constitute the last one, no?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's fucked up. I thought, see, this was, okay, I was about to say, I thought the UK had draconian laws for online communications. It's like, well, check out Dubai. And it's like, well, or bellwether for the UK or anywhere else, Germany, France, the United States, Canada, Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a bit looser than Dubai,
Well, yes.
but not by
And a
much.
reason I don't think anybody wants to push the trend, man. How far do you want to go to protect people's feelings, man? I'm wondering what the item is. Yeah.
The thing that gets me is the person that's the accuser is the Belgian person.
Yeah,
That's the person that's pushing this charge.
yeah, he doesn't want he doesn't want to withdraw the charge. Does he
Mhm.
just really want
He
to
just
stick
wants
it
to
to
keep
this
the stuff.
Irishman?
Belgians, man, they're weird.
Yeah.
Don't trust them.
Has he developed a unique sentimental attachment to the items himself?
Yes, the sentimentality behind it is, it's money.
Or after his magic charms. Holy shit.
His Lucky Charms. Not me grandmother's Lucky Charms.
Mysterious graffiti left in the Tower of London by a London of Tower inmate 500 years ago was solved for the first time. Okay, that's interesting, but that's a weird way to say it. Solved for the first time. Meaning
Yeah.
it was. There's a question as to when it had been solved previously. Graffiti scrawled on the walls of the Tower of London dating back centuries have finally been deciphered for the first time, including magical ramblings of sorcerers. Hundreds of texts etched into the walls of historical buildings that once housed prisoners incarcerated for the most heinous of crimes have been studied by a group of historians researching the significant collections. Lead researcher, Dr. Jamie Ingram, is headed to the exciting major project and began studying the Salt Tower on the southeastern corner, which is part of the curtain wall built by Henry III in the 1230s. The Salt Tower once imprisoned Hugh Draper, who was an innkeeper from Bristol accused of practicing sorcery. Draper was housed in the tower in 1561 and carved an astrological sphere and zodiacal signs in his cell, despite claiming to have destroyed his magic books. Dude, you're being held for sorcery and you're carving fucking, Gemini and Cancer
Runes.
symbols up on the fucking wall and runes and incantations to evil demons and shit. Come on, man. I mean, it's 1261. For fuck's sake. Oh, no, 1561. Everyone around you is illiterate, and you're using your literacy to do what? Incriminate yourself?
Brother, man. I'm not saying I want people to get away with sorcery, Polly, but come on.
Wasn't sorcery. We were playing tic-tac-toe. What the fuck? There's supposed to be 79 examples of graffiti there, according to the historic survey. But at the end of the survey I conducted, there were 354.
I just love the fact that the lead researcher is called Ingram. There's one letter away from Engram.
Yeah. Yeah. Very fine viewing of the surface of the walls allowed us to identify what else is there, acknowledging that every mark is important, rather than just those that have been left by the famous prisoners. The high-profile fortress also held infamous prisoners such as two princes, Edward V, Richard Duke of York, Anne Boleyn, and the daughter of Prince Elizabeth, and Guy Fawkes. No shit. Well, I mean, it is the Tower of London, after all. But it's kind of funny to follow that. These are all single sentence paragraphs, aren't they? Fuck. To follow the last paragraphs with this one. Let's say everything that everyone writes up there is important, not just the famous ones. And then they go on to list all the famous ones.
Mm-hmm.
The researcher team has been using technology such as raking light, laser scanning, and X-ray analysis to decipher the inscriptions, which have never been used in the tower before. One of the passages seems to have been written by a woman, which is a groundbreaking revelation in their research, since we all know that most women cannot read. What's groundbreaking about that?
Right.
Maybe it's exactly that, the literacy of it, or they just hadn't found one before.
What do women do in prison?
And I mean, you think they'd really want to decipher the stuff written by Anne Boleyn, like, a woman of color writing. Amazing.
Careful now.
Hey, I saw the BBC film. It was really interesting. Who knows? Or who knew that a king of England married a woman of color back then? It's great. Jesus. I'm not making that up, man. That's true.
Oh.
The BBC did that. No, Yeah.
They sure did.
Mm-hmm. One of the passages seemed. Oh, wait a minute. Ingram said the note referred to a husband as well as honors and rivers. That's cryptic. We haven't got any specific records of female prisoners in that tower. This is possibly a woman's voice, which is incredibly rare in the graffiti, and the first example we've got in the Salt Tower itself. We know that there were women at the tower.
Oh, there weren't any specific records.
They're just not represented in these physical first-person records. This is a very rare primary record of a woman's presence, whether she's a prisoner herself or the wife of a prisoner.
I mean, talk about ending on a cliffhanger. Like, what? Is that the end of the article?
Yes.
So what did the graffiti say?
Ingram said the note, well, it just says what it referred to. It referred to a husband as well as to honors and rivers, which is vague. And like I said, cryptic.
They've been deciphered for the first time, but then they won't give us the actual, like... I'm looking down
here.
Wrote this article?
I'm looking down here to see if it says anything related to, like, find out the full story on Channel 4 or whatever. You know what I mean? But nope. Go away. Lucia Botfield wrote it. Reading into that name a little bit, are you?
Uh-huh. Crap.
Two Delta attendants failed breathalyzer test before international flight. Yeah. I'd get drunk too. So what?
It's not like they're flying the fucking plane.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I mean, what? Are they talking about, like, in case there was some kind of emergency, the flight attendants would need to perform emergency procedures and they can't if they're drunk? Because I can't understand another way that this matters. Other than you're drunk on the job, you're fired. Because you're drunk on the job. Whatever job it is.
Drunk on the way to the job? Maybe they were driving or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like that big of a deal. I mean, again, I have to imagine it's because they were expected to perform emergency procedures if called for, and they figured they weren't able to do them if they were loaded. All of these names sound fake. Botfield there, and then Kate Gibson and Chris Van Cleve. Randomly tested by Dutch authorities before a flight to New York's JFK International Airport. A female flight attendant reportedly showed a blood alcohol level 7 times over the legal limit for crew members, and a male flight attendant who failed by 0.02. An official familiar with the situation confirmed the female Delta employee was fined 1,900 euros, or about $2,000. And her male colleague was fined $275, or about 275 euros, or about $290. Another flight attendant from a different airline was also fined 1,800 euros for being 6.5 times over the legal limit, with a trio flag during a 3-hour period in which the police screened 445 pilots and flight attendants at Schiphol Airport.
It's not a dock, it's a ship hole.
You know what? I wouldn't subject to any kind of test or inquisition or questioning from anyone, Dutch. You figure out who you are. Are you a Netherlander? Are you a Dutchman? What are you?
Are you Hollandaise?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you don't even know who you are. Don't ask me. I'm an American. I'm from the United States. That's who I am. You can't even figure out your national identity. I don't trust them, the Dutch.
No, I don't.
What with their windmills and wooden shoes.
Fucking swamp Germans.
Swamp Germans?
Yeah.
Okay. So I told you I was watching Gutfeld, where Gutfeld's been on vacation, so it's just it's like the most highly rated internet podcast of all time. That's the vibe I've been watching it. They had a guest on, a comedian, and he's banned from Delta flights, period. Like, personally, from them as a company. I'm like, yeah, I guess you, because he initially said, I'm on Delta's no-fly list, and I've always associated no-fly list with the national no-fly list, right? It's like, no, just with Delta. He can go on any other airline. is because he's a comedian, right? And it's Pride Month, and a bunch of the flight attendants are wearing like pride pins and the trans symbol or the gay symbol or whatever, right? They're wearing that along with, and a bunch of flight attendants are wearing that. And he said, I don't need to know who your flight attendants are having sex with. Why are you making them go out of their way to inform us through symbolism on their clothing? That was the whole joke he put out on Twitter. I just don't want to know who the Delta flight attendants are fucking. That's it.
Right.
And that was enough. Like, for homophobic remarks targeting our employees, you are no longer welcome on our flights.
Real quick, Polly. Our comments about the Dutch have not been appreciated by a Q&88 in chat. That's how that's said. That's how that's said. It's not a slur. That's the word.
Come on. I saw that, but
the
I was
best, duh. Fuck you guys.
I didn't realize you.
We're just busting balls, Cohen. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I hope the windmills and wooden shoes comment would clue you into the fact I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know,
like, it could be worse, Cohen. You could be Frisian. You could be a Frieslander.
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man.
Yeah, you're right. It never does get old, does it? Kimberly, thank you for the 450. They have to get medical clearance beyond the average worker because of the loan exposures to the pressurization, and flight emergencies over the ocean are bad. Okay. So what you're saying is that they need an alcohol tolerance well above the legal limit, which these two ladies appear to have had. 6 times over the legal limit? I'd be walking zigzagged, man.
Oh, they must be Irish.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. Look at the time. We yacked for so long that took it way past the beginning of snooze. Should probably wrap it up, huh?
Yeah, no bad idea. No bad idea.
Yeah. If you get offended by watching a show, it's probably not for you. Yeah, I mean, on a long enough timeline, we're going to offend everybody, including each other, which is...
Yeah, that's the goal. I mean,
I just mean by sheer circumstance of cracking jokes in every direction, we're going to end up offending everybody, but certainly there's no one that isn't welcome. It's like that one time we were talking about, like, it's like there's no one that we don't know. Black, white, gay, trans, lesbian, like, seriously, the whole swath.
right.
And most of us kind of lean conservative or independent minded at a minimum. It's like, yeah, somewhat of a thick skin is required, but there's nobody that isn't welcome.
Fucking hell, I'm a Frenchman on the internet, you know. You don't not have thick skin.
You yacked about the same 3 stories. Yeah, we did. Well, like I said, because Drunkle and Sinatra were not able to be here. Drunkle, unfortunately, not at all. Sinatra for a limited period because of communication errors. Mostly my fault. Yeah, we decided to like do a AAA just to have something on. I was talking with Sinatra about that before we went on. I said, hey man, let's just go on and do a chat conversation. He goes, yeah, just something for the audience. And I was like, yeah, because I haven't hung out with them in a while, and I don't want to skip the show just because you guys aren't available because of my timing. So yeah, here we are. 7.62 by 21 or 30 Luger. 30 Luger. It's more common.
Oh,
if I'm gonna go with a far, like, it's not obsolete. It still functions. It still works. Just there's more firearms chambered in it, and it's more readily available. So I'd go 30 Luger, and can be more readily formed if you're going to be rolling your own. That's my call. Oh, I got Eve all upset the other night. She was.
I'm going to go with the third option. 8.6 blackout.
Really? That's the third option?
That's my third option.
I would have went with
I'm throwing that in the hat.
Yeah. You got to love any cartridge at all where the projectile is bigger than the case.
Right.
I love it. I mean, that's what
It's so
I love my 300
it's so
blackout
bass
rifle
backwards.
because it's like, yeah, when you shoot like 220 grain 30 calibers, yeah, the bullet's longer than the case. I love that. Reloading them is hilarious. Next Noir Bar Yahoo. Yeah. I mean, that's Noir Bar late into the night. People wonder who don't hang out, and you're certainly welcome to come hang out because it's a fun time. How do you guys go for 7 hours? Well, now you have a sense of how we go for 7 hours. Just
Yeah.
shooting shit until the sun comes up.
Oh,
They are the same and hard to find. What are? What'd I miss?
7.65 by 21 or 30 Luger.
Oh, they
They're
are
the
the
same.
really?
Are they really?
You son of a bitch. Motherfucker.
7.65.
He's like 9 by 21 or no, 9 by 19 or 9mm Luger. Which one do you like? They're the same one. H2O and water, you bastard. Brian Morris, hey, you smart ass. No, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that those were two different names for the same thing. But as Frankie Deller was saying, night, yeah, it is about that time that we wrap it up. So if you have any last minute questions when we do begin to wrap it up, by all means, shoot them off quickly and we will try our best to answer them. In the meantime, you can spot us over on Sin's channel on Friday, regular start time of 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, the only time zone that actually counts anywhere. That should be the new Greenwich Mean Time. Come on. East Coast wins, right? Sam, how's things going over on your
Yes.
channel?
Quite well. Yeah, I've got a stream coming up tomorrow. It would be Thursday evening. It will be well, I say evening. It's actually no, it will be evening. 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, which is of course 10 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I'll be hitting up the scapes again. Come hang out if you're interested in some late night, laid back gaming. Yeah, I'll be there. Eve will be there. Platt will be there. Come hang out. Be a fun time.
Nice. And I will include Sam's it's not, his information isn't down in the description right now, but if you're listening in the future, it will be. I'm going to include it in a couple of moments here. So you can find your way over to his channel. If Sam wants to throw up his channel link in chat right now, that would be a good
Certainly.
time. In the meantime, we will catch you over on Sin's channel on Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern and on my channel later on that night at 12:30 p.m. or 12:30 a.m. Eastern for the next Noir Bar, which we haven't done in 3 fucking weeks. So I'm looking forward to opening the bar again and dusting everything off and seeing if any of those scumbag police have worked their way into our 1942 little saloon. In the meantime, hey, everyone, enjoy Christmas. There's just a few days left until it. Get your shopping done. And drink some eggnog if you haven't already. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, eggnog and bourbon is superior to eggnog and rum every time. In the meantime,
Agreed.
have a good night, everybody.
Good night, all. And Merry Christmas.